LeLe here, back with another video, and this is Morning Talk with LeLe. I am not in my car. I'm actually at my job. I'm here super early, and my brother had to use my car for an important meeting because his good car is in the shop. And you know, when you got those little sad cars that you don't trust to go down the street. So I'm here extremely early, and I figured I'll shoot a video before my actual work time begins. So I want to send my deepest sympathies and condolences to the victims and families in Manchester, England. About 3 days ago at the Ariana, there was a suicide attack that took a suicide bombing that took place at the Ariana Grande concert. She's pretty popular over there, so there was like a lot of teens and young people that was out just enjoying the summer day and listening to the good music of the concert. And you had the parents outside the arena waiting because I think the concert was just about to be over because a lot of parents was showing back up to pick their kids up. So it's like you can't even enjoy a concert. Got bombers. I believe they said 22 people were killed, 59 was injured, and I think the numbers, and please stop me if I'm incorrect, there's still people listed as missing, and the numbers are changing daily. So my hearts and condolences goes out to them. It's really a shame, as a parent. I'm not a parent, but I'm, sure his parents, these kids probably done begged them to go to this concert. They done their chores and did everything right. The parents probably dropped them off, be out here when the concert is over to pick them up and, just to arrive to pick your kids up, and just to hear that it is a shame. So it was one lady who was there to pick her children up. She shared her story, and she just seen this girl who was just injured and out of it, and she was trying to run with her to put her safely in a safe manner until the ambulance was able to get towards her. Meanwhile, she's in her head like, where the hell my kids at? But the good news is that she did find her kids and they were safe and sound. So I was just watching like a news segment on it where the people was just talking about finding their kids, not finding their kids, a mother's grieving because they haven't heard yet what her situation at the time. They didn't heard what her daughter's situation was at the time. So my heart does goes out to the people in Manchester, England. And apparently this is, of course, not the first time. There was another bombing in Manchester, England back in 1996. And I believe they shut down tours and sightseeing in the Parliament area until further notice. But I think they're going to be reopened shortly. So 45 did send words of comfort to the victims and the victims' families. They're actually trying to tie this to ISIS. So, yeah. And apparently, I got this. Just 1 second. I believe they caught the suspect. It was a 22-year-old. Give me 1 second. They caught the suspect. It was a 22-year-old. Yeah, it was a 22-year-old. I think he's a Muslim man. But they said 22, the suspect suicide bomber died at the scene of Monday night's attacks at Ariana Grande concert. So I guess they found him, but he was dead. And now the brother is speaking out that he kind of knew he was going to do it. Well, if you knew he was going to do it, why you didn't say nothing? But yeah, they will work to move forward in that area. But it's just so sad. Your damn kids can't even go to a damn concert. Man, we think it's trouble here in America. It's troubles everywhere. And while we on England, we could go to some next subject, which is kind of lighthearted. Pippa, who is the sister of the Kate, the princess of Duchess, or the Duchess of England, whoever. Prince George wife, yeah, y'all know. Anyway, if I'm saying that wrong, y'all know what I'm saying. But Pippa got married um, on May 20th, and you look very lovely. Their dresses over in England for weddings are totally different for what we look at in the U.S. And they have different cultures because both of the prince and the duchess kids was in the wedding. Over in England, they don't believe that. In some traditions not to have grown adults in their weddings. They usually have more little kids. And majority of Pippa's friends and her sister are married, so she opted to not have any adults in her wedding. She went strictly for having little kids. So the little girls are considered bridesmaids, even though they're like flower girls, and the boys are like page boys or groomsmen. So apparently the kids came. I think the little boy was acting up. The Duchess' son was clowning a little bit because they was really very young to be in a wedding. It's not like the little cute kids, dumping the flowers as a flower girl holding a pillow. I mean, in the England weddings, they are, they have huge responsibilities. Sometimes it consists of holding the bride's train. But they usually try to get somebody older to that. But she had it. She looked great. They said the kids clown, but kids normally do clown. It's kind of hard to find kids to cooperate in a wedding unless they're like really older kids. So when I was in my first wedding as a flower girl, my mom said, you came down and you did what you're supposed to do, but once you got up there, you took the flowers and dumped them over your head. So she has a picture of me, and I just threw the basket up and the flowers just dumped over my head, but they like got them out of. I had a little white dress on and the crown, so that was my first wedding. And I think from there, the next wedding I was in, I would say wouldn't be again to like 5th grade, and I was a flower girl, and then from then I went up to be a junior bridesmaid, and it was all over for them. Bridesmaids, hostess, usher, maid of honor. I mean, I done everything in the wedding, usher, hostess. I done did everything pretty much in a wedding besides be a bride and a pastor. I tell you, because I can't be the groom, but yeah. Anyway, moving along. Things that went viral. I know there's a video out here of a little young girl who was greeted by the character of Snow White. I'm assuming they're part at a Disney function or one of Disney's. So, Snow White comes and greet her and asks her, does she want to smile? That girl looked mean as hell. She had looked like, bitch, don't play with me because I am trying to eat my little mac and cheese and sip on my juice of milk, and you over here, because she was trying to say, she's like, smile. And that girl's like this. And little Snow White was over here, come on. She's like, ho, no. So that was kind of funny. That went viral. And there's a picture of 45 and his family meeting the Pope. And it's been made into a bunch of memes because they say they're getting a kind of a Addams Family vibe. So it's his daughter, son and daughter. It's his wife and him and the Pope. And they've been making memes like they done added like the Addams Family kids. And so that's a meme picture out there. Moving on into more lighthearted news. There is a teacher in Ohio that I think she was on suspension or something. She put out a Snapchat or Instagram, I think it was a Snapchat, of saying how parents spend so much money on going to prom and not actually having money for or these spending money on the proms, and these kids are not actually having school supplies or tools to be successful in school. And that had me thinking, everybody like, why would she get written up? I mean, it's a freedom of speech. It was her Snapchat. What are you doing on her Snapchat? So that's the thing about it, because they're saying right now, I think she's suspended or something like that, even though it's like, what, the fucking end of the year? Come on now. Anyway, but it made me stop and think, like, people are, like, ridiculous when it comes to proms now. I went on prom in 1998, and I'm going to tell you, my prom was real simple, you all. My dress was probably like $99, which, you know, back then it was a big deal. You know, the most expensive dresses going on prom back in the day might have been $400, and that's like if you got custom made or doing some craziness. But my dress was like $99. I think after taxes it was like 108 and some change. And we had a runner. I remember just wanting to have, like, because you know we was gonna be standing on the sidewalk and taking pictures, so I wanted a runner, like a wedding runner that you use. So what I did, we just, when my cousin had got married my junior year, since my mom was like one of the coordinators of the wedding, she just really, you know, after the ceremony, she rolled the runner up, and we just stored it. She took it home with her and stored it in, you know, the closet. Then nothing happened, and she, you know, put it in plastic. Nothing happened, so we took that out. We put that at the bottom of the staircase because we lived in the building. So I came down the staircase of the porch, and then she had rolled the runner out to like where the car would meet up. So and she had some black and white balloons, and that was pretty much it. She had a few snacks. I think she had like some chip and dip and pop for people. Chip and dip and pop, maybe some party wings or something. And I remember my daddy rented a Lincoln Town car, and my dad had like didn't even have his license. He got his license the week before prom, so my daddy said hell no, and that was it. So he drove us to prom. So you knew wasn't nothing going on. Then we had a black Lincoln Town car, and yeah, I think that was it. I got my jewelry for cheap. I think my aunt, she paid for my nails. I had my aunt that does hair. What she did to cut down my time in the shop. She had relaxed my hair the night before and pulled it back into a ponytail. So that way, when I went to go to the real shop, all the lady had to do was a wash and style. And I was working, so I think I bought my own accessories. And like I said, my aunt paid for my hair. Not my hair, my nails. Back then, I think we just made sure my feet was neat. I don't think I went to go get a pedicure. And I think that was pretty much it. We had to end up finding some material because I got like a cape shawl made. But that was it. It wasn't even like that big of a deal. And then my brother went on prom in 2005. I think he had been driving for a while. So they did rent him like a cheap Cherokee, a white Jeep Cherokee. And he wore white and gold. And same thing, my mama had like a runner, some balloons. I think that time she had ordered pizza or something. And that was pretty much it, pizza and pop. But people really just cut out and left after that. But now, honey, you throw proms. These kids got to have luxury cars and all types of craziness. I'm seeing Porsche and Lamborghinis. And I'm like, you don't drive a damn Porsche on a regular day. You don't drive a Lamborghini on the other day. What the hell? And then I seen somebody had a Porsche. I'm like, don't your mama go to work on the bus? How the hell y'all got a Porsche and horse and carriages and buggies? And I'm hearing that people spending $700 on dresses, $1,000 on dress. I heard, they said like the minimum dress these days going is like $300. And I mean, unless you go to David's Bridal to catch those little specials, but it's ridiculous. And you know, now it's not like people go, they watch the prom and they leave. Now they going and kicking it. Now you got to have all types of, it turns into a party. So now you have to have food. You have to have big elaborate parties. I mean, I just went to prom centers. They got all full-fledged candy bars with all the candy. You go around and get your bags and all that. I'm like, wow. I mean, one of my friends, I feel like I need a prom do-over because I got robbed. I'm like, yeah, really simple. But I mean, they going all out for proms now. I mean, you got people talking about they have to start saving for prom like freshman, sophomore year because when they, because your trends and stuff. But I am appreciating the girls looking a little more classy in their prom attire this year. But it's real expensive. I don't get trying to rent Lamborghinis and you don't drive a Lamborghini. Yeah. And like people in my family, I think everybody in my family for the most part kept it simple. Like my one cousin went on prom. One of the uncles got a Lexus, so he shined his Lexus up and drove her to the prom. And I have heard people rent, simple cars. And then my other cousin, I think she shared a limo with one of her classmates. And then my other cousin, I think they just went shined their car up and just took her to the prom in her parents' car. But my other cousin, I think a couple cousins had limos, but other than that, went on no luxury cars, Porsches, and you know Bugattis and all that. Not at all. So I guess, and then another thing somebody said, they doing all this, but half these kids ain't even going to college. Hello, we doing all this, and they ain't did nothing in school. Some of them probably barely graduating from high school. Now there are some students out here that's kicking ass and calling names and going off to fabulous colleges. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these people who about to barely graduate. Nuck who we don't know that it's all on pins and needles and prayers. They let them go on prom and luncheon, but y'all still don't know if he's gonna graduate on time. And then they going to community college. Not knocking community college people, so don't go there. But I'm just saying these people spending money and rewarding bad behavior. That's all I'm talking about. And some lady said something which I thought was crazy. Well, some of these kids might not never get married. So really, I mean that's the culture now. Let's go all out prom because you might never get married. How we walking in the game. That's why the black family structure so messed up now. So we walking in saying these people ain't gonna get married or have build a family and stuff. It's just crazy, y'all. It's just crazy out here. But yeah, we're still in the midst. I think prom season got another week or two. I think they gonna pretty much. I think the proms usually wrap up about the first weekend of June, second weekend, yeah, first weekend of June, because the rest of the graduations got to pop off, even though it's just cool, I'm enjoying seeing some of these pictures and graduations. And another thing I said, I figured like I got robbed. I'm like, when we graduated from college, it was just simple, like, the cap and gown picture. Now these people doing full-fledged photo shoots and man, I'm like, man, I didn't do nothing for undergrad or grad school. I just took the little a simple picture that they take in the what you call that? In the studio. I didn't do all these stiletto heels and party dresses with the hats and they decorate the hats. And I'm like, we didn't do none of this stuff. Like, man, you need to go back in time and redo this stuff. But yeah. And last but not least, they did not invite KK Karen King of Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta to the reunion. I guess it's getting ready to shoot. If it's not have not shot, but she is not invited and she is a little disappointed about that because yeah, apparently it's all they really weren't checking for KK. KK storyline really was through her son Scrap De Leon. But yeah, it's really up Tommy, and she trying to say she the one that got Tommy involved with love and hip hop and all that good stuff. But hey, to each his own. They'll be shooting that shortly and we'll be seeing that hopefully soon. But that is it. That is all. Stay tuned for more videos. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, like this video. To the people, yes, I have heard you. I am going to do a video of the update of the LV No Way. I'm going to do some updated purse videos because I got some purses since my last purse video. And I will be doing a what's in my bag. I got time coming up with this Memorial Day holiday coming up, and I got some extended time beyond that. So that is it. That's all. Have a safe and blessed Memorial Holiday weekend.